Hi, I'm Tony Fleming. Welcome to Fleming's Ultimate Garage. I just pulled the hanging tag off of this car here. You know, these cars really have already, A, become collectible. They've kind of stalled at a certain number of what they're selling for. And B, people love the styles of these original cars. So this is a 93 Viper RT10. And the interesting thing about these that a lot of people don't know is that the car is completely hand assembled by a group of people called Team Viper. And it has its own assembly line and things like that. And we'll kind of walk around the car and you can see some of the cool things that were engineered in this car. You know, this is 2009, it's 16 years later, and this car is still a very cool exotic car. And this one's priced under $30,000, and the condition and quality of the car is spectacular, especially for the performance. You know, these cars here, let's take a peek under the hood, and I'll talk about the performance in a second. A lot of people don't even know how to open the hood. You're going to know now. Handle's hidden inside here. It's got a safety catch right here. And then just come have a peek under the hood. This is one of the best looking engine compartments, period, of any car built. It's an 8-liter, 488 cubic inch, all hand assembled, aluminum component, V10 that makes 400 genuine horsepower. That 400 horsepower is channeled through a 6-speed, and it also comes with an independent rear suspension with limited slip, or if you want to call it positive traction. And you know, this car is just bone stock. These are some of the things that a lot of people change early on. These ribbed tubes, they found if you put smooth tubes on, you can get an extra claimed 10 horsepower. And this is kind of cool to be able to see nice stock pieces on a car, so it's been unmolested, it hasn't been raced, it's just been well taken care of. And this car here has been driven about 2,500 miles a year. So this is, for me, the best looking part about this car is these engines here. As a matter of fact, a lot of people are trying to buy these, and they put them in street rods now because it's fairly compact, because it's only the length of a 5-cylinder on this side, so it's just slightly longer than a V8, and the alternator is buried inside here up by the intake manifold. And then it's not very wide, so it's a nice V10, and it makes 400 horsepower with no modifications at all. It's very easy to get 500. We've had a couple of these at 750 horsepower because they make a supercharger kit that bolts on right underneath and you can't even see it. So 600 and 700 horsepower is very easy. But 400 horsepower is reliable, it's plenty fast, and it's almost a 200-mile-an-hour car. So anyway, let's keep checking it around. That's how you close the hood there. It's got some neat features. Automatic levelers here, so in case you want to adjust your own headlights. That's very nice. This one also has the removable soft top and clip-in windows. This window also comes out, so you get full convertible styling with just this roll bar here. That's steel built in, make it safe. The inside of the cockpit, you know, for a very performance-oriented car, you know, these cars were designed to be the modern-day Cobra. And if you remember the Cobras, they were very Spartan cars. As a matter of fact, it's right next to us, and they had nothing. A lot of them didn't even have heaters, but it was put a big engine in a small car, and that's how you get your performance, and that's what we have here. So, beautiful gray leather interior. This car actually has a factory air conditioning, which was an option. 6-speed, which we talked about, tilt wheel, a 180-mile-an-hour speedometer. It's got a 7,000 RPM tach, full array of gauges. Here is, this is kind of nice. This car, when it was launched in '93, you know, they were getting $10,000 and $20,000 over sticker for these cars. This attended the first Viper Owners Invitational, which is still going on in 1994. And the condition of the interior is very nice. I mean, this car is priced at I don't want to whisper it, but you know what I mean? It's priced at $29,990, let's say 30 grand. I don't think there's any car out there for 30 grand with the performance, the looks, and just kick-ass sound that these cars make, and I think you'd really, really be happy with it. It's got a trunk that works well. It's got the great sounding side exit exhaust, which eventually they killed for a few years and then had to bring back because people were screaming bloody murder. Hey, we want the side exit exhaust. That's what makes a Viper a Viper. And you know, it doesn't deal with a lot of electronic goodies. There is no traction control. There is no stability control. There is no calling, you know, SOS that I spun out and I need somebody to come rescue me. You know what? They figure if you can afford this car, then you need to be responsible enough with your right foot that when you lay into it, that your point is straight. Because when you do lay into it, these things roll on down the road. Let's take a peek in the trunk. This is nice. The soft top's in here. It snugs up a little bit. We just took it out so everybody could see it. But it's got a functional trunk that holds several soft bags. Great tail end treatment. Nice diffuser for the air to kind of get it out from underneath the car so the car stays stable. Big set of Michelin pilots in there, and just a great car. You know, it's these kind of American classics here which defined the horsepower race. You know, this car started out at 400 horsepower. There wasn't a lot of 400 horsepower cars in 1993. But the next generation went to 450 horsepower in 96. And then they went to 500 horsepower in 2003, and I believe 2007 is now 600 horsepower. I don't know when it stops, but it sounds great to me, and I hope it never stops. Anyway, how about I start it for you, and you can hear what it sounds like. You know, this is when I keep talking about the stripped nature of the car. You know, this does with some big cubic inches, push rods, and camshafts. And I don't know if you could see the car was rocking a little bit. Those are factory camshafts in this car, and it has that performance sound like a '69 396 had with the mechanical cam. Nicely kept, excellent car. You know. We keep talking about it, but there is no other car, I don't think, exotic-wise for the money that you can get that gives you this much bang for the buck. And these cars will continue to sell somewhere in this range for a very long time, so it doesn't cost a lot to own these things, especially a low-mileage car like this. We're Fleming's Ultimate Garage. We're very proud to present this '93 Viper. Call us, 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about it.